empty porch outside of town. I barely know. The factory lights burn late tonight, and the nights get colder as I go. But every word I send to you is a piece of home I try to save, folded soft in paper creases, riding winds across the plains.
Your letters reach me every week with edges worn from miles and rain. I hold them close against my chest just to feel you near again. I read them neath the lantern light where once we danced in harvest gold. Your gentle words remind my heart some loves never lose their hold.
Letters carried by the wind from that faraway town. Your voice in ink that brings my heart back round. Though distance tries to wear our love down, every word lifts me when the night grows loud. Through storms and miles that keep us bound, your letters ride the wind from that faraway town. I walk the streets when shifts are done, past neon signs and worn out bars, but none of them can pull me in. My thoughts are where the fireflies are. I picture you in summer bloom, your dress in shades of morning light. Oh darling, if you heard my heart, you'd know I'm coming home one night.
I place your letters in a box, the one you carved our names into. The scent of pine and memory still lingers like a dream of you. I read them when the wind is soft and feel it brush against my face, as if it carried bits of you from that faraway, lonely place.
Letters carried by the wind from that faraway town. They hold me up when the world feels upside down. I hear your heart in every line, calling me through space and time. Though you chase dreams you haven't found, your letters ride the wind from that far away town. Someday the wind will change its course and bring you home to me once more,
Where letters turn to warm embraces
and miles no longer keep their spaces.
letters carried by the wind from that faraway town.
But soon the breeze will bring you back around. No ink or paper, just your arms in mine, returning home by God's design. Till then my heart won't make a sound, but wait for winds that bring you from that far away town. found an old picture tucked behind the chair, edges worn and yellow by the southern air. There we were laughing, young and unafraid, two hearts falling fast in a love we hadn't made. I've seen that photograph 1,000 times before, hanging crooked on the wall by Mama's old front door. Every scratch and wrinkle holds a story of its own, a reminder of the roots of the love we've grown. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the quiet smiles and the forgotten names. Though the years move on, the memory remains. The past still lives in our faded picture frame. There's one of us dancing in the July rain, your shirt soaked through, but you love me just the same. We didn't need riches, only hearts unbound, and the promise that we'd stand on the same old ground. There's one of you waving as I boarded that train, your tear-touched cheeks still shine in the window pane. And though the miles tried hard to scatter our dreams, you stayed in every sunset, in every in-between. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, through the storm survived and the sweet refrain. Every shadow of time only strengthens the claims that the past still lives in our faded picture frame. Let's dust them off gently, hold what's left of the years, all the laughter that stayed, all the unspoken fears. Side by side we'll treasure the life we made, from the bright young days to the silver shades. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the love that endures and the light that remains. Darling, no matter how the world reclaims, our past still lives in those faded picture frames. The past ain't gone, it's just sleeping in the dust, waiting for two lovers to return with trust. Hand in hand, step by step, through the golden haze, we find ourselves again in those tender yesterdays.
Little footprints leading back to yesterday, where our love was planted and forever chose to stay.
Now with every sunset, darling, come what may, we follow little footprints back to yesterday. pasture meets the sky in shades of early morn. I hear your laughter drifting soft like summer fields reborn. And every breeze that brushes by still carries where we'd been. Memories blooming gently in the pasture winds again.
I walk along the fences where we carved our names in pine. The sunlight paints the clover gold just like it did that time.
I swear I feel your heartbeat in the rustling grass within. Memories blooming softly in the pasture winds again. The memories blooming in the pasture winds, where love once grew and time begins. Two hearts tangled in days gone by, like wildflowers reaching for the sky. Though the seasons fade, our story spins in memories blooming in the pasture winds.
I see you in the shadows of the old red stable door.
Your cotton dress still fluttering like it did long years before. Sometimes the past won't let me go, it pulls me back within. Two memories growing stronger in the pasture winds again. I kept your faded letter where you promised you'd return, but dreams blew off like petals in a storm we couldn't turn. Still I come back to these meadows where our love had once been, for memories bloom forever in the pasture winds again. Memories blooming in the pasture winds, where love once grew and time begins. Two hearts tangled in days gone by, like wildflowers reaching for the sky. Though the seasons fade, our story spins in memories blooming in the pasture winds.
If I met you there today, would you still take my hand?
Would the wind still weave our names through every grain of sand?
Or would we watch our yesterdays drift like leaves again?
Still blooming ever bittersweet in the pasture winds. Memories blooming in the pasture winds, where heartache ends and hope begins. Though time may take what might have been, it brings us back to where we've been, forever lost, forever pinned in memories blooming in the pasture winds. There's an old white house on a gravel lane, where the roof still leaks when it starts to rain. But Mama keeps the porch light burning bright for the one she loves who roam in the night. I grew up watching shadows on the wall, waiting for your footsteps down the hall. But you left town chasing bigger dreams, while I stayed here with simple things. And the porch light never fades through lonely nights and passing days. It shines like hope we used to know, like summer winds from years ago. Even though your memory strays, that porch light never fades. Your jacket still hung on the second chair, dust on the sleeves, but I leave it there. Some nights I swear I hear your name, carried by the wind through the window frame. And the porch light never fades through heartbreaks cold and gentle sways. It glows for love that slipped away, but still I keep it lit each day, 'cause deep inside my heart still prays. That porch light never fades. Maybe someday you'll return, when wandering feet begin to burn, and you'll see that little golden glow saying welcome home. I told you so. The porch light never fades through changing years and life's charades. It waits for you with tender grace, a beacon on this old home place. No matter how far your trail is laid, my porch light never fades. Down by the creek, where the soft winds roam, there's a willow tree standing like our childhood home. I still hear your laughter dancing through the June, fading into night like a half-forgotten tune.
I remember every whisper carried by the breeze, your hand in mine shaking like the rustling leaves. We carved our names together in that old bark line, swearing love forever, saying you'll always be mine.
Where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where the world made sense when you were next to me. Through summers of joy and storms we couldn't see, our hearts bloomed wild beneath that willow tree. Time pulled me far across a dusty county mile, chasing work and worry, losing sight of your smiles. But every lonely sunset brought me back in dreams to the willow shade and your voice like a half-finished song. And though the years were heavy, darling, I stayed true. That willow kept whispering, he'll come back to you. Where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree,
where memories linger like sweet history.
even when distance pulled our hearts apart,
The willow kept hold of our tangled hearts.
now here we stand again, where our story first began. Older hands and trembling hands, but still woman and man. The leaves sway like they're cheering for the love we regained. Where sorrow once settled, now hope's unchained. Where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where time wrote chapters only love could see. Now the past and future meet in harmony, as we find our way back to the willow tree. I packed my bags at sunrise, chasing dreams too big to hold. Left our quiet little valley for a city paved with gold. But the lights don't shine the same way when they're tearing love apart. In this faraway city with a close to broken heart, I watched you board that Greyhound with a smile that didn't stay, 'cause I knew that someplace distant might just steal your soul away. Now I'm writing lonely letters, wishing we weren't worlds apart. In this faraway silence, with my close to broken heart. Faraway city, close to broken heart. Two souls drifting in the dark. You chased the skylines, I kept the stars. But love can't breathe when worlds are far. 1,000 miles, and here we are. Faraway city, close to broken hearts. I walk these crowded sidewalks where no one knows my name, and I trade every neon promise for just one porch light flame. Every taxi, every station feels like tearing us apart. In this faraway city, with my close to broken heart.
I still set 2 plates at supper, like you never went away. And I hum the songs we cherished just to make it through the day. But the echoes in our kitchen hit me harder after dark. In this faraway longing, with my close to broken heart.
Faraway city, close to broken hearts. Two souls drifting in the dark. You chased the skylines, I kept the stars. But love can't breed when worlds are far. 1,000 miles, and here we are. Faraway city, close to broken heart. Maybe someday the train tracks will bring you home again, back to the fields and Sunday mornings where our love first began. And until your footsteps find me, I'll hold the missing parts of our faraway story, and too close to broken hearts. Faraway city, close to broken hearts. But hope still flickers in the dark. If roads lead back to where we start, maybe love can mend what's torn apart. Till then we live a world apart. Faraway city, close to broken hearts. There's a dirt road leading home, where the red barn stands so tall. Mama's curtains in the window sway like they're saying, welcome y'all. And every fence post whispers stories of the days that passed us by. Family roots grow strong and steady under the old farm sky. Daddy's boots are by the doorway, dusty from the fields he'd roam. His laughter echoes in the rafters in this place we all call home. The porch swing sings its gentle tune whenever memories drift by. Family roots run deep and true under the old farm sky. Under the old farm sky, where our hearts learn how to fly, where love was sown in the soil below and carried through years gone by. In every breeze, in every tree, in every tear we cry, we find our way back home again under the old farm sky. Grandma's Bible on the table, pages worn from time and grace. Her Sunday hymns still linger in the corners of this place. Kids chase dreams through open fields, just like you and I. life begins and circles back under the old farm sky. Maybe we'll wander far someday, but no matter where we roam, the roots we planted long ago will always point us home. Under the old farm sky, where our hearts learned how to try, where joy and sorrow shaped our days like clouds that drift on by. And when we're gone, our love lives on in the earth where stories lie. Family roots forever grow under the old farm sky. We boarded that old train with our hearts still intertwined, two dreamers chasing starlight on the Tennessee skyline. But somewhere past the rivers, where the steel rails start to wind, I felt our love grow quiet on the long Asheville line. You held my hand so softly as the countryside rolled by, said someday we'd be singing under Grand Ole Opry lights. But the closer we got to Nashville, the farther you seemed in mine, like your heart was drifting slowly down that lonesome railroad line. Love that faded on the Nashville line, slipping slow like a whiskey time. Two broken hearts on a train of dreams, falling apart at the iron seams. We started strong, but somewhere down the pine, we lost our song on the Nashville line. I thought the city's promise would make all our troubles small. Didn't see the price it asked was risking losing it all. Your tears fell like the raindrops on that old worn window shine, and I knew our dream was dying on the silent Nashville line. I tried to keep believing, tried to hold your restless soul, but fame was calling louder than the love we used to know. I whispered, don't forget me, but your eyes chased some new sign, a future paved in neon on the edge of that Nashville line. Love that faded on the Nashville line, slipping slow like whiskey time. Two broken hearts on a train of dreams, falling apart at the iron seams. We started strong, but somewhere down the pine, we lost our song on the Nashville line. If I could turn those wheels around, I'd choose a different track. I'd hold you closer, darling, never let your heart beat. If teams don't wait and hearts don't rewind, we left too much behind on that old Nashville line. Love that faded on the Nashville line, but still it crying round to the love we lost on the Nashville line. The city lights are burning brighter than the stars we knew, but every step I'm taking feels like walking far from you. These dreams I'm chasing echo down the cold skyline, yet your voice keeps calling, whispering, come back when you find. Out here in the meadows where the daisies softly sway, I wait beside the fence line, hoping you'll come home someday. Your boots left dusty footprints on this heart you used to hold. Now I pray the city's kindness warms you when the nights get cold. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. You ran toward tomorrow while I stayed where love resides. Between the towers and the tall grass, our hearts still collide. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. The subway is always humming, but it don't drown out your name. And the crowds keep moving forward, but I feel I'm stuck the same. I see your smiling windows when the neon starts to glow, and I wonder if you're waiting, standing where the wind still blows. The barn door creaks at sunrise like it's asking where you've been. Your old guitar is silent, missing all your gentle hymns. I rock our little darling as she gazes at the moon, saying Papa's following dreams, but he'll be home real soon. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. Two hearts pulled in directions only distance can divide. But love keeps on returning no matter how far you ride. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. If I could trade these towers for the hills where you still stand, I'd open up my arms again and gently take your hand. Her love don't need the glitter, just a quiet place to grow. And the countryside is calling in a voice we used to know. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. But I'm coming home tomorrow, no more roads to run or hide. Where the fields meet the horizon, your heart waits with mine. Dreams in the big city, tears in the countryside. Woke to quiet on that summer morn. The porch was still, the sky was torn. Your suitcase missing from the old wood chair told me your heart wasn't staying here.
I trace the dust along that gravel road, left footprints fading where the sunrise glowed.
I didn't turn back though my soul was weak, 'cause loving you hurt more than leaving this creek. We loved too strong, we broke too fast, but some goodbyes are built to last. On the day your footsteps left this town, all the colors turned to shades of brown. The church bell rang, but the song fell wrong. The wind stopped humming our old love song. My world fell quiet without a sound. On the day your footsteps left this town.
Your ribbons hanging on the maple tree, faded now like the promise you left with me. I still hear you calling in the evening rain, but shadows ain't voices, they won't ease the pain.
I kept your letter in a drawer of pine, every word trembling just like mine. I thought I'd find peace down the county line, but nothing's as heavy as a love resigned.
We held on tight, but we slipped apart. Two wounded souls with a shattered heart.
On the day your footsteps left this town, even the river quit running down. The fields turned gray, the lights went low, the porch lamp flickered like it used to glow. And nothing's been right since you've been gone. On the day your footsteps left this town. If you came back through that dusty lane,
would you forgive the hurt, the strain?
or would we break like we did before?
Two echoes crying behind a closed door.
On the day your footsteps left this town, the jukebox died in the old rundown. The sky turned pale, the nights grew long, and even hope forgot its song. But my heart still waits for the softest sound of your footsteps returning to this town. I still remember that dusty road where I kissed you soft beneath the stars. You held my hand and whispered low, promise me you won't go too far. But the city called with neon dreams, a shining world I couldn't resist. Now every night I lie awake wondering about the lips I miss.
I watched you board that westbound train. My tears fell quiet on the ground. You waved at me through the window glass, while my heart broke without a sound.
The farmhouse feels too big these days. The porch light burns, but you're not near. And every breeze through the meadow grass whispers your name for me to hear. City lights took you far from my arms, but they can't dim the love we made back home. Skyscrapers stole your wild young heart, while mine stayed waiting where the cornfields grow. Though miles apart, we're tied by the stars. City lights took you far from my arms.
These busy streets don't feel like home, just echoes of what I left behind. I chase my dreams but lose myself. Your memory's always on my mind.
I miss the smell of evening rain, the old wood fence, your gentle smile. If I could trade this city's glow, I'd run back home 1,000 miles. I kept your letters in a drawer, read them each night before I sleep. You say you're coming home someday, a promise that my heart will keep. City lights took you far from my arms, but you're the song this quiet town still hums. Skyscrapers tried to pull us apart, but love beats louder than the city drums. No matter how far or how long you're gone, city lights won't outshine what we've become.
Darling, when the dawn breaks warm and true,
follow that sunrise home to me, to you. City lights took you far from my arms, but they can't take the love in our memories. I still walk down Sweet Corn Lane where the summer breezes blow, where your silhouette at sunset felt like home I used to know. But the roads are lined with memories and the pain I can't explain. Two souls that broke in silence on that old Sweet Corn Lane.
I can hear your boots behind me and the rustle of the leaves, like a ghost of gentle promises we whispered in the breeze. But time can bend the strongest hearts till nothing feels the same. through our fingers on that long sweet corn lane.
Two souls split on the sweet corn lane, where loved ones bloomed but couldn't remain. We held on tight, but tears still came and washed away the sweetest flame. Now all that's left is a bittersweet refrain. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane.
The old red tractor's rusting where we used to carve our dreams, back when life was simple, or so much simpler than it seems.
Now every golden sunrise brings a longing I can't tame for the love we lost together on that fading country lane. I kept your letter folded in the pocket of my dress. The words were soft and trembling like a heart you couldn't press. And though I tried to follow you, my courage never came. So I stayed behind and wandered down our lonely sweet corn lane. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane, where loved ones bloomed but couldn't remain. We held on tight, but tears still came and washed away the sweetest flame. Now all that's left is a bittersweet refrain. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane. If I
Stood there one more time, would you meet me in the light?
would our hearts remember how they found their way that night?
Or would the winds remind us of the truth we can't contain?
Some dreams were never meant to last on old sweet corn lane. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane, through heartbreak, loss, and gentle rain. We loved too deep, we loved with pain, but love still echoes soft again, forever bound in memory's chain. Two souls split on the sweet corn lane. I left our valley at 17, a suitcase full of borrowed dreams. You waved goodbye by the old wood gate, your ribbon blowing in the breeze. I swore I'd write you every week, but the world got loud, the days moved fast. Still every city light I saw made me long for our quiet past.
I stayed behind where memories bloom, where every dawn still speaks your name. I walked that path
hoping someday you'd come the same. Your letters came like summer rain, soft and warm but far between. Yet every word you wrote to me lit my heart like fields of green.
Hometown love, waiting by the old wood gate, where the heart holds on though the years grow late. Through every season, storm and twist of fate, I've kept your name where the stars illuminate. No matter how long the roads you navigate, I'm your hometown love by the old wood gate.
I've walked through towns with neon nights, but none could warm my wandering soul. I chased the things I thought I needed, only to find I missed our home.
The letters you wrote kept guiding me, a compass pointing through the haze. They brought me back to where you are, to the love that never strayed.
I saw your shadow down the lane, just like a dream I used to keep. My heart beat wild inside my chest, as if waking from a long, long sleep.
You dropped your bag, I dropped my fears, and all the years just slipped away. The wind stood still, the gate stood strong, as you came home to where I'd stay. Hometown love, waiting by the old wood gate, where two hearts learn that it's never too late. The world may pull, but the truth won't break. Love holds on through every give and take. No distance too wide, no dream too great for hometown love by the old wood gate. We'll carve our names where we once stood, where time stood still in the golden wood. What's meant to be don't fade away, it just waits for the right day. Hometown love, waiting by the old wood gate, where the road ends in your warm embrace. I've crossed the miles, I've met my fate, right here with you in our sacred place. Forever begins where memories wait, with hometown love by the old wood gate. The morning sun climbs slowly over rows of golden grain. I hear Mama humming softly through the old front porch again. There's a peace in every sunrise, a truth I've always known. Life feels warmer, love feels stronger around the gentle hearts at home.
I hang the laundry by the fence line, let the breeze just carry through. Kids are laughing in the pasture, chasing shadows as they do.
And when your footsteps cross the gravel, my world no longer roams.
Every dream turns real and steady with your gentle heart at home.
Golden fields and gentle hearts at home, where the wild birds sing and the soft winds roam, where the dinner bell rings with a promise sweet, and love grows tall like the summer weed. No matter how far these boots may roam, my soul finds rest in the hearts at home. I've walked roads of dust and distance, chased the world from town to town, but nothing ever holds me quite the way your arms reach round.
When I see that lighted window, I know I'm not alone.
Your tender smile becomes my anchor in our gentle place called home.
When the dusk paints soft horizons on the golden fields we sow, I thank the Lord for simple blessings that only country hearts can know.
For every night you lay beside me, and every dawn we're shown,
love grows quiet, warm and steady where our gentle hearts call home.
Golden fields and gentle hearts at home, where the wild birds sing and the soft winds roam, where the porch light glows through the evening haze, and the world slows down in its tender ways. No matter how far these boots may roam, my soul finds rest in the hearts at home. So let the weeds sway to the sky,
And let the years just softly fly,
for we'll grow old where love has grown, mid golden fields and gentle hearts at home. I drove past the corner of 5th and Main, where we kissed once soft in a summer rain. Now the sidewalks shine with the evening glow, but they've grown colder since you let me go.
I walked past the station where you'd wave goodbye. Your hat pulled low, dust clouds in the sky. I thought you'd chase me down that open road, but fear spoke louder than the love we showed.
This old town keeps holding what we couldn't say, and every street remembers the love we gave. It was love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where the winds blow warm but the nights turn cold and low.
Two hearts breaking where the tumbleweeds roam, two shadows drifting far from home. We left behind more than we meant to show.
Our love lost on the streets of Amarillo.
The barroom lights still flicker gold, where you danced with me when the nights got cold.
I hear our song on the jukebox line, and it hits my heart every single time.
Your jacket's hanging where I couldn't hide.
Smells like hope and the tears I cried. I walk these streets with a trembling hand, wishing I'd stayed when you begged me to stand. We held on tight, but we slipped away, leaving footprints, ghosts in the Texas clay. It was love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where the sunset paints the town in a fading glow.
We tangled hearts but let pride grow tall, and watched our dreams like dust clouds fall. Oh, how it hurts remembering so.
Our love lost on the streets of Amarillo. If you came back down that midnight road,
I'd carry the weight of what I own.
but some regrets run wide and deep, like Amarillo nights we couldn't keep. Still it's love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where I search for you in the winds that blow.
If fate allows, maybe someday we'll find a way to rebuild what we left behind. But till that dawn, I'll always know
We left our hearts on the streets of Amarillo. There's a quiet little town where the river bends slow, where where the front porch light still cast a golden glow. That's where we carved our names on an old oak tree, back when you swore you'd never walk away from me. I'm back home where love fell apart, where the dust still clings to a broken heart. Every barn, every field, every rusted gate reminds me of a dream we couldn't save. I walk these roads with an aching start, back home where love fell apart. Your laughter lingers on the farmhouse floor, like footsteps fading out a closing door. Neighbors still ask why you never stay, but some stories end no matter how they're made. I'm back home where love fell apart, where the dust still clings to a broken heart. Every fence line whispers your old refrain, every sunset brings your face again. I stand here lost with a trembling heart, back home where love fell apart. I thought leaving town would ease the ache, but miles don't mend what memories break. And now I'm here with the truth so clear. You're gone, but your ghost is still right here. I'm back home where love fell apart, where the silence cuts like a country dart. Though the fields still shine in the evening gold, the story's ended, the tale is told. Yet somehow I keep falling back to the start, back home where love fell apart. Back home where love fell apart. I still hear that screen door creaking in the summer wind, where you'd wait for me at twilight, saying come on in. Those evenings felt like forever, and though we never said much, just your hand in mine, darling, soft as a memory's touch.
I remember your boots dusty from the fields out back. You'd smile, a quiet smile that kept my world on track. We'd sit there watching fireflies paint the night with gold, two young hearts dreaming stories that never would grow old.
Memories hung like lanterns on our old front porch, glowing warm through every heartbreak, every torch. Though the years drifted far and life carried us on, those lantern lights still shine, where our love was born. I rode far beyond the county, chased a dream or two, but every road I traveled led me back to you. City lights were brighter, but they never felt like home. Not like sitting by that porch light, never feeling alone.
I kept the lanterns burning, hoping you'd return, through the nights of whispered prayers and candles left to burn. Though the seasons turned around me, darling, I held on tight, 'cause love like ours don't flicker, it forever holds its light.
Memories hung like lanterns on our old front porch, guiding me back to you like a heart's last torch. Though time carved miles and shadows between our names, those lantern lights still glow with love's old flame. And now we're older, but the porch ain't changed at all. The wood still sings our laughter, the wind still hears our call.
We sit side by side again, with the twilight coming through. Every lantern on that porch still shines with me and you.
Memories hung like lanterns on our old front porch, burning soft reminders of the love we can't divorce. No matter where we wander, no matter what we face, our lantern-lit memories guide us back to this place. I've been walking down the back road where the dusk begins to fall, where the fireflies light memories I didn't choose at all. The porch still holds your shadow, though the years keep passing by. Just a man with broken heartbeats under endless country skies. I've been staring out the window where your boots once marked the floor, where the whisper of your leaving still drifts beneath the door. Every night I find myself asking all the quiet whys, just a girl with lonely heartbreak under wide old country skies. Broken hearts in country skies, where our love once learned to rise. Two souls tangled, torn apart, still echo in this aching heart. No matter how the dawn replies, we're still living under broken hearts in country skies. There's a quilt of faded starlight where we used to dream as one, where your laughter warmed the valley like the first touch of the sun. Now the moon just feels much colder, though it hangs so high. shining down on all the heartache in these quiet country skies. I keep walking past the cornfields where we kissed at 17, where the summer held our secrets in a golden peaceful sheen. But time can turn the sweetest love into a last goodbye. Now I wander through the memories in these silent country skies. Broken hearts in country skies, country skies. If the wind carried my voice, would you answer one more time?
If I met you where we parted, would your hand still reach for mine?
Or would we find the past too heavy for the hope we tried? Still drifting like old teardrops in the open country sky. Broken hearts in country skies, where truth lives and sorrow lies. We loved too deep, we tried so hard, but time can bruise the softest heart. Still every star reminds our eyes we're forever under broken hearts in country skies. Down by the creek, where the soft winds roam, there's a willow tree standing like our childhood home. I still hear your laughter dancing through the June, fading in the night like a half-forgotten tune.
I remember every whisper carried by the breeze, your hand in mine shaking like the rustling leaves. We carved our names together in that old bark line, swearing love forever, saying you'll always be mine.
Where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where the world made sense when you were next to me. Through summers of joy and storms we couldn't see, our hearts bloomed wild beneath that willow tree.
Time pulled me far across the dusty county miles, chasing work and worry, losing sight of your smiles.
But every lonely sunset brought me back in dreams to the willow's shade and your voice in the streams. I waited there each season, though the nights got long, humming our old promise like a half-finished song.
Though the years were heavy, darling, I stayed true.
That willow kept whispering, he'll come back to you. Where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where memories linger like sweet history. Then when distance pulled our hearts apart, the willow kept hold of our tangled hearts. Now here we stand again where our story first began. Older hands and trembling hands, but still woman and man. The leaves sway like they're cheering for the love we regained. Where sorrow once settled, now hope's unchained. Where laughter and tears grew beside the willow tree, where time wrote chapters only love could see. Now the past and future meet in harmony as we find our way back to the willow tree. I came to this crowded city with boots still stained by home, thinking I could chase a future down these neon canyons alone. But every car horn's a reminder of the love I left undone, where the oven dust meets country pain under the smokestack sun.
I watched you fade in highways far from fields we used to roam. Your voice grew thin like shadows on the porch we called our home.
And though the letters kept on coming, they felt colder every one. Where the oven dust meets country pain, that's where our hearts came undone. Where the oven dust meets country pain, two hearts trying hard but losing all the same. You chased the skyline, I held the rein. Now we're torn between two worlds that whisper your name, where the oven dust meets country pain. These streets don't feel like freedom, just a maze of empty nights. And I'd trade 1,000 bright marquees for your old porch candle lights. But I walked too far from your heartbeat, too far down the wrong refrain, to that line where oven dust meets a good girl's country pain.
I still wake to Texas sunrise, hoping that you might return. But the city's taking pieces of the man for whom I yearn.
sidewalks I could never understand, where the air and dust keeps stealing all that's left of our plans. Where the earth and dust meets country pain, two hearts trying hard but losing all the same. You chased the skyline, I held the rain. Now we're torn between two worlds that whisper your name, where the earth and dust meets country pain. Maybe someday you'll remember how our small town nights felt warm before the buildings stole your shadow and the city shaped the storm. But if the train ever brings you back, I'll be standing in the grain at the edge of where your working dust finally bows to country pain. Where the earth and dust meets country pain, love lost its footing in the pouring rain. And though the miles keep calling like an old refrain, I'll wait where worlds collide if you find me again. Where the earth and dust meets country pain. I left the dust of our small town, chasing dreams beneath a stranger's sky. But every mile feels a little colder when your soft voice ain't nearby.
These city lights don't shine the same, not like your smile in the morning dew. And every step I take reminds me I'm just a cowboy far from home and you.
I watch the porch light every evening, hoping one night you'll come walking through. This old house feels a little emptier since the day I said goodbye to you.
Your hat still hangs where you left it, and your boots by the door stay true. But the silence tells me louder now, you're just a cowboy far from home and you.
So ride on, darling, through those heartache plains. Let my love guide you through the loss and rain. Though the wind may whisper stories you once knew, my heart's still waiting, steady and true, for a cowboy far from home and you. The railroad hum keeps me restless, nights get long in this neon town. I keep your picture in my pocket It's the only thing that never lets me down.
Sometimes I swear I hear your laughter in the rustle of the nighttime blue. Baby, I'm fighting my way back. This cowboy's far from home, and you,
This ain't your letters on the table, the ones you wrote from that distant view, saying you're doing fine, but I can feel it. Your heart aches just the way mine do.
so I'll keep praying to the heavens for the day you see the sky we both once knew. Find your road back through the valleys
Where home still waits for a cowboy and you. So ride on, darling, through those heartache plains. Let my love guide you through the loss and rain. Though the wind may whisper stories you once knew, my heart's still waiting, steady and true, for a cowboy far from home and you. If the stars align just right tonight, follow them back to where our love grew. No matter how far the trail may wander, it still leads home, back to me and you. So ride on homeward through the fading pain. Let our love pull you like an old refrain. No city lights can steal the bond we knew, 'cause my heart belongs forever to a cowboy far from home and you. I drove past the corner of 5th and Main, where we kissed once soft in a summer rain. Now the sidewalks shine with the evening glow, but they've grown colder since you let me go.
I walked past the station where you'd wave goodbye. Your hat pulled low, dust clouds in the sky.
I thought you'd chase me down that open road, but fear spoke louder than the love we showed. This old town keeps holding what we couldn't save, and every street remembers the love we gave.
It was love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where the winds blow warm but the nights turn cold and low.
Two hearts breaking where the tumbleweeds roam, two shadows drifting far from home.
We left behind more than we meant to show.
Our love lost on the streets of Amarillo.
The barroom lights still flicker gold, where you dance with me
it hits my heart every single time.
Your jacket's hanging where I couldn't hide. Smells like hope and the tears I cried.
I walk these streets with a trembling hand, wishing I'd stayed when you begged me to stand. We held on tight, but we slipped away, leaving footprints, ghosts in the Texas clay. It was love lost
On the streets of Amarillo, where the sunset paints the town in a fading glow.
We tangled hearts but let pride grow tall, and watched our dreams like dust clouds fall. Oh, how it hurts remembering so our love lost on the streets of Amarillo. If you came back down that midnight road,
I'd carry the weight of what I owe.
but some regrets run wide and deep,
Like Amarillo nights we couldn't keep.
Still it's love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where I search for you in the winds that blow.
If fate allows, maybe someday we'll find
A way to rebuild what we left behind. But till that dawn, I'll always know we left our hearts on the streets of Amarillo. Morning light creeps through the cottonwood trees. Coffee warms my hands, you warm my peace. Kids are laughing in the yard again, chasing dreams in the summer wind. And I thank the Lord each dawn above for the country breeze and family love.
I hang the clothes where the wildflowers grow, watch them dance with the winds that blow. Rooster calls and the day begins. Simple joys are what my heart's been. Every prayer I whisper soft feels blessed by the breeze and the love we've got.
Blessed by the country breeze and family love, where the skies stretch wide and the stars shining up, where laughter echoes through the fields we run, and every heartbeat feels like home. No riches needed, we rise above. We're blessed by the country breeze and family love. I've walked roads far from these gentle hills, where the noise grows loud and the world stands still. But nothing out there holds the grace I find in your smile across the clothesline. This life we built fits just like a glove, made strong by the country breeze and family love.
We sit together while the nights unfold. You hum a tune that your daddy knew. I lean close, fall in love anew. Every sunset reminds me of the gift of this life and our family's love.
Let's buy the country breeze and family love, where the porch light glows as the moon climbs above, where stories linger on warm night air, and hearts stay gentle in the love we share. Through every trial we're lifted up, still blessed by the country breeze and family love. So let the winds keep whispering sweet, let the years roll in on steady feet, for we've got heaven right here enough, in the country breeze and the family love. Out where the river hums a tune, slow as an old porch swing, I wake to the sound of morning light and the song the robins sing. Barefoot trails through fields of gold where the early breeze runs free. Peaceful days beneath the valley sun feel like home calling me. The kettle whispers soft and warm while the curtains dance and sway. I hum the lullabies Mama loved to greet the shining day. With every creak of the wooden floor, memories come undone. In this quiet life I'm thankful for the valley and the sun. Oh, these peaceful days beneath the valley's sun, where the world slows down and our hearts beat as one, with the mountain standing guard and the river running true. I find every simple blessing leads me back to you. Yes, peaceful days beneath the valley sun, that's where our story's begun. Fence posts worn from years gone by, cattle wander in the hill. I take a moment just to breathe and let my worries still. The wind carries laughter from the barn where the children love to play, and I thank the good Lord every night for another gentle day. Aprons hung and pies to cool, the evening settling in. Fireflies flicker soft like they don't know where they've been. Your hand in mine at dusk reminds me love's already won. We've got all we need right here beneath the valley sun. Oh, these peaceful days beneath the valley sun, where the world slows down and our hearts beat as one, with the mountain standing guard and the river running true. I find every simple blessing leads me back to you. Yes, peaceful days beneath the valley sun. That's where our story's begun. Maybe life is just a circle made of moments soft and small. But with you by my side, darling, I've already had it all. When the years roll on like wagon wheels and twilights finally come, our love will linger warm beneath the valley sun. Oh, these peaceful days beneath the valley sun. Every sunset glow says our hearts beat as one. Through the laughter and the tears, through the seasons as they run, we'll stay forever beneath the valley sun.
I still remember summer nights beside that old red barn. Your laughter dancing in the dark, your hand warm in my arm. The seasons change like shifting winds, too fast for us to hold. And the barn door closed on our love before the story could unfold.
I wore that cotton dress you loved, the one you said felt home. And we talk about forever like two hearts that couldn't roam. But dreams can crack like weathered wood when push turns into shove. And the barn door swung shut slowly on the remnants of our love.
The barn door closed on our love like fate whispered from above. Two young hearts that tried to stay but somehow slipped and lost their way. Now all we're thinking of is how the barn door closed on our love.
I walk those dusty floorboards now, the ones that knew our feet, where moonlight through the rafters made the whole world soft and sweet.
But echoes ain't the same as touch, no matter how they shove. Like hollow sounds reminding me the barn door closed on love. I kept the ribbon from that night, you tied it in my hair, a token of a promise that we swore we'd always share.
But life pulled us in different ways, no matter how we strove.
And the barn door locked behind us on the love we couldn't prove. The barn door closed on our love like fate whispered from above. Two young hearts that tried to stay but somehow slipped and lost their way. Now all we're thinking of is how the barn door closed on our love.
If I met you there again, would we rewrite the ending?
Would the years between our hearts finally start mending?
Or would we feel the weight of time push back when we dreamed of
The quiet truth that nothing changed, the barn door closed on love. The barn door closed on our love, but still the memories rise above. In every star and every night, finish line. Though we both moved on in love, I still feel the barn door close on our love.